All right, let's get right into it. Picture this. You're a senior developer, and you're on a mission to extract some data. You've launched your Python script, and everything looks perfect. I mean, your headers are pristine, your cookies are valid, your proxy is a top-tier residential IP. Everything is a go. But then, bam, you hit something. There's no error code you recognize, no obvious reason why you failed. You've just smashed into an invisible wall.
So what in the world is going on here? This is the exact kind of problem that stumps even the most experienced engineers. You've done everything right on the surface, you know? You've crafted your request to mimic a real browser, right down to the last character in the user agent. But your connection gets dropped before the server even bothers to look at your request. It's like your ship got vaporized by a planetary defense system you never even saw coming. And here it is. This is the absolute core of the problem. The issue isn't in the letter you wrote, your HTTP request. The problem is the envelope it came in. While you've been focusing on the text-based stuff, the application layer, modern defense systems have moved the fight way down the stack. They're not reading your headers first. They're analyzing the raw binary signature of your connection itself.
To get past this wall, we have to completely shift our focus. It's not about our script's identity anymore. It's about its fundamental energy profile, its digital signature. We need to analyze the very first packets of data we send out, because that's where the most advanced detection is happening right now.
Okay, so this brings us to something called TLS fingerprinting. Before a single byte of your HTTP request is even sent, your script sends out a little packet called a client hello to start a secure connection. This packet is basically a list of all your crypto capabilities, like which cipher suites you support, what TLS versions you can handle, and so on. The exact combination of these parameters, and this is the really critical part, the order they're listed in creates a completely unique fingerprint.
And this slide right here shows you exactly why this is such a big deal. A standard Python request script, it just uses your operating system's default OpenSSL library, which has a fingerprint that's super well known and easy to spot. But a real Chrome browser uses Google's own library, Boring SSL, which has a totally different signature. So, a web application firewall sees that Python signature, compares it to your user agent header that's screaming, "I am Chrome," and it knows instantly that you're a bot. Game over. Right there.
But let's say you're clever. You managed to spoof that initial TLS signature. You're not out of the woods yet, oh no. There's a second, much more subtle test you have to pass. The secret handshake of the modern web, HTTP/2. This really nails the next layer of detection. See, with HTTP/2, your request is broken down into these little things called frames. And some of these are special pseudo-headers that start with a colon, like /method and /path. And just like with the TLS handshake, real browsers send these in a very specific, very consistent order. They also send out a settings frame right at the start, announcing their capabilities. And guess what? Automated tools almost never get this combination right.
And here it is, plain as day. A real Chrome browser sends its pseudo-headers in one specific order. But a lot of Python libraries, even ones that support HTTP/2, send them in another. A firewall doesn't need some complex AI to spot this. It's a simple check. Does the order match the browser you're pretending to be? If it doesn't, you're blocked. It's that simple, and it's incredibly effective.
So we've got this two-part problem that's buried deep in the network stack. How do we solve it? Well, we don't try to put a bunch of duct tape on our existing engine. No, we need a full upgrade. We need a mimicry engine. And that solution is a library called curl CFFI. Now, this is not just another HTTP client. It's a Python binding for a super specialized version of curl that is built from the ground up to impersonate browsers at the lowest possible level. It doesn't just fake headers. It rebuilds the entire TLS and HTTP/2 stack to be bit for bit identical to whatever browser you tell it to be.
And this is the beauty of it. This is the magic. All that ridiculous complexity we just talked about, the TLS ciphers, the pseudo-header order, the settings frames, the whole shebang, it all gets solved with a single, elegant parameter. Impersonate. You just tell it which browser to become, and it handles everything else.
So how does this one little word do all that? Well, when you set impersonate equals Chrome 120, the library rebuilds the entire network conversation. It creates a client hello packet that is a perfect digital twin of Chrome 120s. It makes sure all the HTTP/2 frames, including those pseudo headers and the settings, are sent in the exact same order with the exact same values as a real Chrome browser. Your script doesn't just say it's a browser anymore, it behaves like one, all the way down at the binary level.
So our mission was a success. We found the invisible wall and we flew right through it. Now let's do a quick debrief and lay out the core directives for all of our future missions just to make sure we don't run into this problem again.
So, the most important takeaway is this. Stop focusing only on headers. The user agent is the last thing they check, not the first. Your main goal has to be consistency across the entire stack. And seriously, don't try to manually patch libraries like the SSL module or reorder headers in HTTPX. You'll just be chasing your tail. It is a losing battle. Use a tool that was built for the job.
Let's just boil this all down to a single technical takeaway. Modern bot defense isn't just one thing. It's a layered check of your cryptographic signature and your protocol behavior. The only reliable way to pass these checks is to enforce complete browser-level consistency, and curl CFFI is the tool that gives you that power.
We've just given you the key to bypassing one of the most sophisticated defenses on the web today. You understand now that the fight has moved from text to binary, and you have the tool to win it. So the only question left is, with this new capability, what are you going to go out and build?